Hi, my name is Erwin and welcome to the CartsPlus showroom here in Kelowna. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about two types of batteries today. We're hearing all about all types of new batteries that are coming out on the market. You're hearing terms like lead acid, which is the standard battery. You're hearing about AGM or gel batteries. You're hearing about lithium. And we're here to talk a little bit about how they're similar but different and what the applications for each of these batteries are. Everybody thinks you can't just use any battery in any application. That's not true. You have to use specific batteries for specific applications in order to get the best bang for your buck. So that's what we're going to talk about a little bit about today. We can talk about the standard lead acid battery, which you're all familiar with. It's the standard battery where you have to take the tops off, you have to check the water level, and that's commonly found in most golf cars today. And we're also going to talk about the AGM battery, which stands for absorbent glass mat. And it's a battery that is sealed. You can see it has no caps on it. You can't add any fluid to it. And it's similar, but it's different. Here's how it's similar. It's still a lead acid battery. They're both lead acid batteries. The difference is this one has fluid that is between the positive and the negative plate. That's called electrolyte. This one has a fiberglass mat between the positive and the negative plate. And that actually absorbs the electrolyte, and that's why it's often referred to as a gel cell, because that fluid turns into like a gel in the mat. And that's why this battery is non-spillable. You can take this battery, you could put it on its side, it won't spill. Whereas this one, if you put it on its side, it will spill. Now, the standard lead acid battery has been used for many years. It's probably the most efficient battery in terms of bang for your buck. The difference between these two batteries is this one needs maintenance and care and regular inspection, and this one doesn't need that. And so every 21 charges, you're having to check the fluid level in this battery, and in this battery, you don't have any fluid levels to check. You also have to charge this battery in the off season. So let's say your golf car is in storage. Let's say you're going away on vacation. Somebody has to charge this battery every 2 weeks in order to maintain its charge, particularly when it's in the golf cart. That's because just like your car, if you let your car sit for 30 days, you'll come home to a dead battery. There's computers that are running in the background on most golf cars. And that's why you have to make sure that it's charged every 2 weeks. With this battery, it has a slower discharge rate. You still have to charge it, but it has to be once a month. So you still have to charge the two batteries, but they both essentially work the same. They're both lead acid batteries. So the disadvantage of an AGM battery is the cost. You're paying a little bit more up front. You also have to change the battery charger when you're using an AGM style battery. That's because it's very important to not overcharge an AGM battery. It's very specific in its charge. The chargers can go up to a much higher rate in a standard lead acid battery, and that's why it comes with your standard golf cart charger. However, in the AGM battery, we have to change the battery charger. Or if your battery charger is programmable, we can change the algorithm in the charger. So this battery runs at a much lower rate. It has to run at a much cooler rate. This battery, when it gets hot, vents through the caps. That's why it has caps on here that have vents in it. And that's how it gets rid of the excess pressure. In an AGM battery, you can't have excess pressure. This is a sealed battery. If you have excess pressure or use the wrong charger, you could potentially have an explosion. And so this has a special seal in it, in the battery, to keep the battery sealed, and then it has a relief valve in it. And when that relief valve pops, then that battery becomes exposed and it dries out very quickly. It becomes damaged. So it's very important to use the right charger with the right AGM. Don't just pop in an AGM in place of the lead acid and hope it's going to work. There's some specific programming that needs to be done. We do this in our service department. We retrofit standard lead acid batteries to gel batteries. The cost is not that much more. It's not like going to a lithium battery, which is significant. The other nice feature about an AGM battery is that it works in any temperature, just like a standard lead acid battery. This is important because if you're using your golf cart in a work environment, and let's say you're using it on a farm, and some days it's -10, and you're going out to prune, or you're going out to work, or you're looking after your livestock. Okay, lithium batteries don't work in cold weather. Most lithium batteries have a battery management system which shuts the battery down. The AGM battery does not have a battery management system. It's just like your standard lead acid. It'll work in -40. So it works in any temperature. So here we're talking about very specific batteries that are designed for work, that can be used all year round. And if you're the type of person that's maintaining your golf cart all year round, this is a great way to reduce the watering maintenance from a standard lead acid to an AGM. The other nice thing is if you have a home and you have, say, coated floors or epoxy type garage floors, and you don't want to deal with the mess, the environmental mess, this is a great way to go, because now you don't have any leakage, you don't have any spillage, you don't have any sweating, you don't have to wash the terminals off, and you also don't have any corrosion on the terminals. That's because there is no external leakage. So these connections are always clean and dry. So this is the difference between these. So the advantages: less maintenance, yes, a little bit higher cost, you have no mess. The advantage of a standard lead acid battery is it's simple, it requires maintenance, but it gives you the best bang for your buck. But we're finding more customers are now starting to change up because they want maintenance free, and they want simpler maintenance and less terminal cleaning. Thanks for joining us today, and we hope we've explained the difference between standard lead acid and AGM batteries. One of our next videos we're going to do is we're going to talk about the difference between AGM and lithium, and how they're different and how they can be applied in certain situations. Thanks for joining us today.